Hi, evening everyone. I'm really sorry that I haven't been online with a video for you guys in the last couple of days, but I have had a weekend, which meant that I was just watching a lot of films and doing a bit of tidying up in the house and doing quite a bit of baking. I've made lots of bread in the house and made some cake. Let me know what you've been doing over the weekend and if you've had anything fun going on. So today is Tuesday? Is it Tuesday today? Yeah, it's Tuesday today, the last day of March. Can you believe it? That March has gone by so quickly, and a very different March that we thought we were going to have. But I'm back tonight with you guys for the next installment of the book, The Time Hunters. Who can remember back to what we did? Oh yeah, did you see my video on the dance challenge, TikTok dance challenge? I was so happy that I got that sorted. So before that, the last video that I posted was what was going to happen with everybody when they went to the labyrinth. That's right. And if you remember, they were in the labyrinth and they could hear what they thought was the Minotaur coming around the corner, and they could see the shadow and the horns and everything. So this is the next bit about what happens when the Minotaur comes. I'll just read back a little bit, a couple of lines, before we get to the part where we stopped at last time. Okay, let me see where we were on the page. The Minotaur turned the corner and drew to a halt. It was colossal, at least 15 feet tall, with a muscular physique, a gigantic bull's head, and lifeless ebony eyes. Frozen, Becky watched the Minotaur approach, and in its mighty grip, a flaming torch and a bunch of flowers. A bunch of flowers? Good afternoon, the Minotaur said, grinning from ear to ear. The group was stunned to silence. The Minotaur moved forward. Suddenly his footsteps didn't seem so loud or scary. Oh, please do lower your weapons. He spoke softly, rather like a well-mannered country vicar. What's the matter with you lot anyway? Never seen a giant with a bull's head before? Then he left out a belly laugh. At once the tension of the moment evaporated. Soon the tunnel rang with laughter. See, isn't that better? The Minotaur said. These are for you, little lady. He presented Becky with the flowers. Thank you very much. My absolute pleasure, the Minotaur said, and resumed to his full height. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to my home. It's not much, but we like it. I do so hope you do too. Anyway, I'm Edgar. A long pause followed. Everyone stared at each other in astonishment. Uncle Percy stepped forward. Thank you, Edgar. We're delighted to be here. My name is Percy Halifax. This is my niece Becky, my nephew Joe, my friend Will, and these are the Argonauts, Phineas, Jason, Hercules, and Theseus. Welcome, Edgar said. I'm dreadful with names, but please give me time. I'm not a completely mindless Minotaur. Edgar let out a very loud laugh again. Now, you must all be ravenous. We're just about to have a spot of afternoon tea. It would be an honour if you'd join us. We? Said Uncle Percy. Yes, said Edgar. My friends and I. I'm sure they'll be keen to meet you. Now, personally, I'm a vegetarian, but there's plenty of meat for those that prefer it. Anyone hungry? I'm starving, said Joe. Terrific, Edgar replied. Now, it is a bit of a hike, so would anyone care for a piggyback? I will, Joe said eagerly. Excellent, beamed Edgar. Climb aboard then. And the Minotaur sank to his knees and lifted Joe onto his shoulders. Just hold on to the horns and mind your head. Rising to his feet, he traced his own steps back down the tunnel. Becky breathed a sigh of relief and watched as Joe bobbed up and down. The infamous Minotaur, the Scrooge of Knossos, was, in reality, nothing more than an oversized teddy bear with sparkling black eyes and a temperament to match. They walked a further 15 minutes with Edgar leading the way, when they came to an abrupt halt, their mouths falling open at the same time. Welcome to our home, Edgar announced proudly. A gobsmacked Becky stared at a gigantic cavern with a lagoon in the centre. Enormous stalactites of every colour hung from the ceiling like chandeliers, nearly touching the surface of the clear green water. But the most surprising thing was the 60 or so people gathered there, some basking on leather towels, others swimming in the lagoon, the rest cooking food on an open fire. She knew at once that these were the warriors dispatched to kill the Minotaur, the human sacrifices sent into the labyrinth. They had chosen to stay and formed a community dedicated to relaxation and pleasure. Becky remembered something else. Arthur Evans found the Theseus disc in a lagoon. Edgar lowered Joe to the floor. Where do you get all of this? Uncle Percy said with amazement, nodding at the tables buckling under the weight of the huge piles of food. There's a direct path to the surface, Edgar replied. Actually, there's 3 parts, including one to the sea. Over there, he runs a farm on the surface, so we're never short of food. And do you see Darius? He pointed to a large man whose cloth apron barely covered his generous tummy. He's an excellent chef. He's even invented something called the doner kebab, which I'm assured is an excellent delicacy, followed by a goblet of ale. Anyway, enough of my chitter-chatter. Would you like to eat now? Oh, yes, please, Joe replied. And eat they did, course after course with every taste catered for. Halfway through the meal, Becky scanned the mass of contented faces as they talked, laughed and swapped stories, and she came to a single conclusion. It really was the happiest of homes. So, just a short one tonight, guys, but tomorrow we'll do the next chapter, which is called The Minotaur's Mark. See you tomorrow. Bye.